The fifth thing that I would always ask these people, and this is a very important question, is what are you willing to sacrifice for this to work? Yes, and it's usually divided into two parts. One is, what are you willing to give for this to work? And the second one is, what are you willing to give up for this to work? Now, let me explain the difference between the two of them. When I talk about what is the person willing to give, I'm talking about the things that the person has to contribute into making that thing work. It could be money, it could be time, it could be resources, energy, stuff like that. But it has to be something the person will give into making whatever the person is embarking on to work. It could be asking somebody, are you willing to contribute 90% of your salary, 50% of your salary, or something like that. It could also be asking somebody if they are willing to contribute a lot of time, a lot of energy, skills, and social credits on this project. So that is one aspect of it. Second thing is what the person is willing to give up. That is something that the person is already doing, but the person has to stop doing or to stop having in order for this to work. For example, if the person is a family person, the person usually has time that the person spends with their family, but the person is going to have to give up some part of this time for this project to work. Or the person might have a job and is trying to start a new business, and you're telling the person, for this business to actually work, you have to give up your job. Or the person might have certain people that the person has a relationship or a friendship with, but for this to work, he has to stay away from those people. And then another thing is like habits. There are so many habits that the person could have. The person could be a spendthrift, and you are trying to let the person know that in order for you to make this project work, this venture work, you have to give up on this. Another thing that the person could give up on is comfort. A lot of people don't like to give up on that, but comfort is another thing that the person may have to give up in order to make this particular new venture work. And so that is something I try to find out from them, because like I said earlier on, you need to get the details so that you can create a solution that is tailored to the person, so that you're not giving the person a solution that they cannot execute, even if it works for some other person. You want to create a solution that that person can execute. So you need to find out what the person can give up and what the person cannot give up, and know the extent to which you can help the person.